I was wrong. Okay, I was wrong on every front. To be honest with you, the night of the fights, I had predictions pretty good, but I was wrong. Okay, I said Gus was gonna beat Jones. Picogram strikes again. I said Cyborg was gonna whoop Nunes. They throw down like fucking idiots in the middle of the cage, and Cyborg gets knocked out. I said, I don't remember what else I said. Megan Anderson was gonna win. Got that one kind of, even though she didn't really win. She just toe fucked Kat Zingano in the eye, which is a bit weird. Um, then I got what I don't even know. Latifi I said was gonna win in the first round. He gasses after 10 seconds. That's pretty interesting. What else did I pick? Volkanovski was going to lose to Mendez. Mendez gasses in the second round. Full camp Mendez, by the way. Full camp Mendez gassing in the second round. Very interesting. Very interesting night of fights. I didn't see him going the way they did at all. I did say Chiesa was going to win by round 2 submission, and he won by round 2 submission. Okay? When it was leading up to the fight, I thought maybe I'm leaning a bit to Condit. Now I'm going to stick with my initial decision. Chiesa's going to win by round 2 submission. Let's go through some of the important fights. Kat Zingano and Megan Anderson. I was looking forward to that one. Feels bad for Kat Zingano. She got toe in the eye. Imagine that, someone's toe just in your eye. And that's it, you can't fight no more. Done. Pretty rough night for her. She was looking good as well. Not even in terms of skill. I mean, she just looks good at 145. Like, really good. I was excited for that fight. I had my lube ready and everything, and then it was over before I knew it. And then we move on. Jones versus Gus. Let's just get the Jones versus Gus out of the way first, and then we'll talk about the rest of the fights. That's what everyone's here for. I thought Gus was going to win, okay? But then when I saw the first round, I thought, and I'm on live stream saying it, I thought, nah, Jones has got this all day. I mean, he's just... You knew exactly what he was doing, picking away at the front leg. I think maybe Gus was injured going into the fight, or Jones just knew that's what he has to do to get Gus out of there. Immediately starts chewing up the front leg. Gus's knee is crippled going back to his corner. You can hear him saying it in the corner, put ice on my knee, put ice on my knee. And then the commentators are saying, I think there's something wrong with Gustafsson knee. He was trying to bounce around a bit too much to try and like fake it. Like say, try and bluff that his knee wasn't hurt, but his knee was hurt in the first round. Doesn't take away from Jones's performance. He took him down in the third round. Gus had butterfly guard, and here's how you know that his knee was injured. Gus had butterfly guard. Could have easily swept him off with it, but chose to reclaim guard into full guard, and then eventually just gets mounted. Or I don't think he chose to reclaim guard. I think Jones just eventually passed over it because Gus couldn't sweep off his knee. He just had no strength behind it. Same thing that happened in Whittaker versus Romero. Remember Whittaker had butterfly guards and he couldn't do anything with it off the floor, and then Jones just pounded him too many times. I think Gus just wanted out of there as soon as his knee gave in. Like, it's just, there's no more fight left in him at that point. If you can't move around fluently and you're Gus, then you can't fight, because that's all he does. All he does is footwork and move around and quick hands coming in and out. Like, if you got no movement, that's what happens. So good props to Jones for taking out that knee. You know what does take away from the performance? The fucking steroids coursing through Jones's systems throughout that fight. Every punch he threw, there's a picogram of turinabol in his arms, circulating to his arms. Oh, you want to throw a kick? Here we go. The picogram of turinabol's getting blood rushed down into the leg, so he can throw that kick with a bit more oomph. It just angers me that there's controversy. I hate controversy. I wanted to just see what would happen in the fight. I wanted Jones to come in clean, and if Jones won clean, I would be so happy. And I know some people are going to say, he was clean, it wasn't enough. But the controversy is still there, you know. I have no doubt that Jones is definitely better than Gus. But I didn't want there to be any controversy in that fight whatsoever. I mean, Jones made it look not easy, because the first 2 rounds they were competitive. Gus landed his shots here and there, but Jones was just chewing away the lead leg of Gus, which now seems everyone needs to take note of that. Whoever's going to be fighting Gus next, if it's Anthony Smith, if it's the winner of Santos versus Blachowicz, if they're going to do that rematch with Blachowicz, who knows. Chew away the front leg of Gus as soon as you can, because take away the movement and he's a broken man. Now, in the post-fight speech for John Jones, Joe Rogan tried again. He keeps trying. Please just mention that you want to go to heavyweight. Are you going to go to heavyweight to fight DC? Say anything about going to heavyweight, you pussy bitch. Oh, yeah, DC, if you want this belt, yeah, it's round my waist now. Come get it, man. Come shut me up. Yeah, light heavyweight. Yeah, light heavyweight, guys. So what about heavyweight? Yeah, DC, you want this? Yeah, you want this belt, you bitch? Yeah, I don't want to go to heavyweight. No heavyweight. Basically, that was what he was saying in the post-fight speech. He wants DC to come to him again, which no one wants to see, because the light heavyweight DC is a drained version of DC. We want to see him at heavyweight. Jones doesn't want a heavyweight. I don't know why he's so against being a heavyweight, but I guess it's because he knows he can beat DC at light heavyweight. He's done it twice before, steroids or not. Very interesting. I just hate the fact that there was controversy in the main event. Moving on to the co-main event, Cyborg versus Nunes. Gee willikers. That's all I have to say about that. I know that's a weird word, but fucking hell. They just came swinging off the break. Nunes landed first. Cyborg's rocked against the fence. Cyborg's landing on Nunes. Nunes lands when she's got her back to her fence. Cyborg's rocked again. Nunes puts her out. I mean, Jesus Christ, great fight. I gave Nunes no respect. But I didn't think that Cyborg was going to come out and just fucking bum rush her. Try and swing heavy. I think what happened was Nunes landed first. Cyborg wanted to get it back. Like, oh, now it's my turn to land. Oh, but you've hit me again. Oh, I'm unconscious. Oh, okay, I'm out cold. Done. The fight's over. You know what I mean? So Nunes would land once. Oh, and time for me to get you back now. Oh, I've been hit again. Oh, my headphones nearly fucking came off. You know what I mean? Her headphones nearly fucking came off that fight. That's the only way to describe it. Moving on. Chiesa looked good. I still don't give him that much credit for beating Carlos Condit. Carlos Condit's a tough guy. Showed some submissions off of his back that could have been locked in. He easily could have won that fight if, like, a millimeter was this way, or a yin when a yang, you know, off the bottom. He had the armbar locked in the end of the first round, remember. He had another submission locked in. I can't remember what it was. But yeah, he was doing good off of his back. But I think he's good off of his back, but his wrestling, he just needs to keep it on the feet a bit better. Because I think he's too okay to go to his back. You think, oh, yeah, put me on my back. I'll try submissions. But that should never be the way you really think about it. You know? Unless your game plan is strictly only jiu-jitsu. That should never be. If you just end up on your back, oh, I'm okay to work from here. But you shouldn't be too okay to give up takedowns. Because you'd see it where Chiesa's got the takedown, but there's still chance to defend. Still chance to pummel under. But Condit's like, alright, let me just get position on my back. Like, you never want to end up on your back in an MMA fight. I know it's easy for me to say this to Condit, who's a veteran and all this, but I don't know. I feel bad for him. I don't know what's going to happen to him after this. Probably he's going to go to Bellator. That's 5 losses in a row for him in the UFC. I don't know if they're going to cut him or not. I don't want them to cut him. I'd like to see him fight again. Who knows against who? Mike Perry, maybe. That'd be a good fight. A nice stand-up fight for him. Yeah, that'd be a good fight. And then you've got Latifi versus Anderson. Boring fight. Anderson put the pressure on him for the last 2 rounds. Latifi has no conditioning. Like, he's just so explosive that it's like a Conor McGregor effect, but at light heavyweight. He's just so explosive, it's just bad for him. He's too explosive for his own good. You know, he'll explode, he'll land big shots on Anderson, who somehow is taking these shots now, which doesn't make any sense because he got knocked out by Jimmy Manuwa and knocked out by OSP cold 2 fights in a row not too long ago, you know? Oh well. Volkanovski versus Mendes, another great fight. Good fight. Good fight. I don't understand how Mendes gassed so early. That was worrying. I think it was because of the body shots from Volkanovski. And I think it's just Volkanovski has that pressure, I know this now. I know this now. I watched his last fight with Darren Elkins, and he does have this unidentified pressure, much like Darren Till does, where even though there's not a lot of action going on, he's always there in the pocket, ready to throw. And just the thought of that when you're Mendes is like, no, like there's always like little feints and little twitches. That even that costs energy, and even the panic going through your mind is draining you a bit, you know. I think Volkanovski just came on strong. I think Mendes landed good shots, dropped Volkanovski almost twice, dropped him good once. Don't think he dropped him. I think he wobbled him all over the place. The whole night's a blur for me, really. It was 6 a.m. Yeah, Volkanovski looks good. I think the next fight for Volkanovski, Brian Ortega. Make it happen, guys. Make the fucking fight happen. You know what I mean? Good night of fights, though. Good night of fights. And then BJ Penn lost. God rest his soul. Ryan Hall, Imanari rolled to a heel hook. I think it was. I don't even remember how the fight. It was so quick. I don't even remember what submission it was. I think it was a heel hook. But yeah, just absolutely fucked him. BJ Penn's ankle got knee got busted out, and that's it. The fight's over. What happens to BJ Penn? Please retire, man. No one wants to see you getting beaten up all the time. He did good that fight. He was landing on the feet. He was kicking Ryan Hall's ass on the ground. And when I say kicking ass, I don't mean he was beating him up. I mean he was genuinely just kicking Ryan Hall's ass on the floor. Like, interesting technique. Yeah, no one wants to see BJ Penn fight anymore. Go retire. Go drink on the beach in Hawaii. Enjoy yourself. Come on, man. Like, no one wants to see that. That's the end of the video, guys. I don't know if there's anyone I missed. There probably is someone I missed. Uriah Hall knocks out Bevan Lewis. Bevan Lewis is looking good against Uriah Hall. Uriah Hall just landed, and this punch just so happened to knock out Bevan Lewis. Good for Uriah Hall. He's back in there. You know, it was looking rough for him. I think he's on a 2-fight skid. Good for him. Good for him. I'm glad. Or he might be on a 1-fight skid. He lost to... Uriah Hall lost to... Paulo Costa recently. So, you know, no shame there. The guy's on some other kind of drug. I don't even know what drug Paulo Costa's on, but it's on something. Anyway, guys. I'll see you later. That's my recap of the fights. I was wrong, okay? I'm sorry. On the night of the fights, I predicted all of them right. As soon as they touch glove, I think, oh, this guy's going to win. I got them all right, but a week before, it's hard to tell. Like and subscribe, guys. Thank you for tuning in for the live stream. I gained like 30 subs. So, you know, pretty fucking good. Pretty fucking happy.